So this goes way back to me having a bucket list in college. And on my bucket list, I really wanted to do a missions trip. And in 2017, I was presented the opportunity, and my husband and I, we were not married at the time. And I highly recommend actually going to a third world country with whoever you're dating if you really want to test your
Amen.
relationship. But anyway, so we had the opportunity in 2017 to go to Uganda in Africa to serve the Watoto organization. And essentially, what Watoto is, if you remember back in, I want to say it was like 2010, 2011, when Joseph Kony was ravaging the country and he was creating child soldiers, and
Mm.
they ended up killing pretty much all of the adult population. Is actually, when we went in 2017, it was the highest percentage of people under the age of 15 in the world because most of the adults had been killed. Very, very sad because these um, kids were left as orphans. They didn't have parents of all ages. And then what do you do in a third world country when you don't even really have shelter or food to be provided for, and you're just left at a step on a front door of an orphanage? So we went over there to support the organization that essentially creates villages. And then within those villages, they create little families or little pods, I think they call them. So they have a mom, and then in that pod, they have like 8 to 10 children, and she takes care of all of them in these little pods. And they need a lot of support. They need medical care, they need education, they need childcare, and then they need to be taught skills to be able to go into a workforce so they can eventually provide for these people and don't have to be dependent on the organization. And so, of course, there were worship teams and things like that. But what I brought back from that was I really wanted to figure out a way to implement this into my business. And so every single closing that I have, a portion of my commission goes towards supporting the people of Watoto. And what was really cool about that organization that is very like reflective in my own is that they're teaching women how to create their own businesses. So they're rebuilding leaders in their country. And of course, being in leadership and running a team and being a woman business owner, that was really special to me. Of course, we do some things in the US as well for homelessness and things like that. But I thought this was such an incredible experience to go through. And then you come back realizing, like, wow, how grateful to be an American and live in America on the things that we have. And so not only did I come over and teach them and serve them, but I feel like they served me, and I came back a totally different person.